Hannah from Singletrack, and I'm here with Willie from YT Bikes with the new Jeffsy, which I've been out testing in Portugal. So Willie, why don't you tell us what is new about the MK2 Jeffsy and why you've done it?
So what we have here, it's the 29er MK2 of the Jeffsy. What we did on the bike was some improvements. What we learned over the last 3 years with the MK1, especially on the 29er. What we did is we extend the lineup with another size. So we go for 5 sizes now,
Right.
from small to XX large, which gave us the freedom to make the reach longer and to gain the option for end consumers that they could choose the right reach position they want to have on the bike.
Okay.
So in parallel, we did the same thing like with the Capra. We shortened the seat tubes. So we consider the things that we have 150, 170 mil dropper posts on the market now available, and that we do not limit people because of the length of the legs to use a bike with a longer reach.
Right.
So this was the basic things what we did. We steepened up the seat tube angle to 77 degrees at the 29er, which is pretty steep, and 76 degrees at the 27.5 inch bike. And to get the same more or less riding position, so the horizontal top tube, we make the reach longer.
Right.
So the whole combination leads to an improved uphill performance, and we gained this extra reach, which is also is the kind of that's what the people like to have.
It's the fashion, yeah.
I would not say it's fashion. It's a development.
Sure.
It's a development because nowadays you have so many options to ride bikes, riding bikes faster, riding bikes more often, like all the parks, trail parks all over. So the average rider developed so fast and so good. So this is not a trend. It's like that's a normal development of,
Right.
of the bikes. I wouldn't say that we are super new school. We do it really good. But with the extra size, with the fifth size XXL, so we have this option. So with my size, 1 meter 76, 77, I could go for medium. Personally, at the moment I ride a large, but the seat tube height will not limiting me to go also for an extra large.
Yeah.
So this is what we did. So this is the same thing like with skis.
Okay. So you've done some kind of changes around the frame with the like you can get a bottle in there now as well. Is that right?
Yes, exactly. We had a bottle before at the Jeffsy MK1, and what we managed now is we use the Fitlock system, this magnetic and form fit system from Fitlock, and we managed to have a 600 milliliter bottle now inside the bike, and this is 600 milliliter fits from small to XXL. This was one of the targets we had, so we gained 100 milliliter more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a special cover that you can put on that will either cover the tube completely and
Yes,
make it watertight,
exactly.
or you can use it to use a normal bottle cage as well,
Yes.
can't you?
It's somewhat from the large size frames on some normal bottle cages. Also the standard bottle cage we have from the MK1 will fit, and also the let's say older bottle will fit from the large size.
From
on.
a large size,
Yes.
yeah.
So but if you don't want to ride with a bottle, you just use this cover plate, and then the frame looks completely clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is watertight as well, isn't it? I think you said. Yeah, for when you're cleaning it, you're not going to get water inside the frame
Yes,
through
exactly.
that. It's got little
there-
rubber valves and
Exactly.
stuff.
There's a kind of O-ring to really seal this area that no water comes into the frame because we have the boreholes there.
Okay.
Yes.
And you've done a few bits of that kind of longevity stuff to it as well. So you've got the bolt-on frame protection underneath now as well.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
with kind of cleaning and maintenance in mind, I think.
Yeah, that's all the things we since we are doing the World Cup racing, we collect so much experience also from there, and we had the normal PU down protectors which were glued on with 3M foil, which is not too bad. But if you wash the bike a lot of times, so the down tube protectors could get loose, so you need to remove them and glue them new on it. And at this one we do the same thing like on the Gravity or on downhill bikes. We have a bolt-on protector, which is injection molding a PA carbon fiber reinforced material.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And so this is the one that I've been riding.
Yeah.
It's actually got crank boots on it as well, hasn't it? Is that
Yes.
is that standard?
That's a standard. On the carbon cranks, we have the crank boots on it because that's how bikes are at the moment.
I can see that I've made use of them as well. Yeah.
you make always use of them when you go to rocky sections and rooty sections, and nowadays you ride the bike like the 29ers around about 3 centimeter BB drop to the axle. That's what makes a 29er so nice to ride, because you're so deep into the bike. But in parallel, you have 15 centimeters of travel. So it could happen that you touch something, and then you should prevent the carbon fiber from getting contact.
And then what else was new? Oh, you've got some different kind of parts in around here, haven't you? That sort of
Yes,
explain what those were.
What we did, it's the same story we did at the Capra. What we have is the inside the seat stay. The seat stay protector is now guiding till the end of the mesh hanger here. So it's protected completely inside, especially when you remove a rear wheel, that the chain is not dropping against the carbon fiber. We also enlarged the interface for the mesh hanger here. So back at the MK1, we had a steel part like here.
Yep.
At this area, we erased that, and we made the whole range, the whole width of the mesh hanger wider, so protecting the frame to get in touch with the chain. And also, it's also when you touch it, it's just feels like one surface. So the chain is always guided through around the carbon parts.
Right.
And that was really important for us.
And then there was also, you've designed some sort of, to keep out mud shelves in around here. It's not been so muddy today, so.
No, but yes,
but
that's
yesterday
what,
was,
yeah,
wasn't
it
it?
was pretty muddy, and that's what we try to do, especially here in this area where the mud is coming from the tire. We brought the rocker arm in really close, kind of into the seat stay, and so that when there's mud, it could pass through, so that it becomes more clearance. We also try to do this as much as possible at the rear end, especially at the chain stays here. So that's why the chain stays drops so back down to make it stiff enough, but also create clearance. That's always not so easy with a 29er, because you want to have the rear wheel, the rear end as short as possible. We do not do a super short rear ends. We have from the small and the medium one has a different length that the large, the extra large and the XX large, so it's size adjusted.
Yep.
And you mud pockets and giving clearance for dirt. This was a super important thing.
And it's very important to our readers in the UK, especially.
Yes, for sure. YT is super influenced by the UK, since we have such a wide customer base there.
Right.
Yeah, and this is a super important thing for us. What we also did is that when you handle a bike, it means when you do some maintenance on it, we did the same thing like we did on the Tours, on the DH bike for the World Cup downhill team. So every single pivot point you could reach, in this case from the left-hand side.
From the other side.
So when the bike is on the stand, you could check every pivot point and the shock and everything from one side.
Right.
Which makes handling the bike and servicing the bike way easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it's a bit stiffer in the frame at the front as well, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. The overall stiffness, the measurement from rear triangle to the head tube, it is more or less the same like the Jeffsy before, because we felt the handling of the bike in off-camber section, rooty sections was pretty good. The kind of flexibility we had in the frame. But to improve the bike, we made a decision to stiffen up the front triangle, so the head tube and the BB stiffness is really increased. Also under the fact that this frame is way lower than the MK1, so the overall riding behavior from the stiffness point of view, from front to rear angle, stays the same, but the front triangle is stiffer.
Right.
So, and that's what you directly feel with the bike. Yeah.
Cool. Right. Well, when will this be available in the UK then?
In the UK then we will launch the bike beginning of January, and then we will have bikes in stock already.
Straight away?
Straight away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So save your Christmas money then.
That absolutely makes sense.
If you've already spent it, it's tough. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hannah.